Despite the lack of movement in the crypto markets, there are subtle signs that something big might be on the horizon. In this week's weekly analysis, we'll uncover hidden patterns in Bitcoin, the total market cap, and alts that could hint at the next major move, and stick with me to get ahead of the game. This is for entertainment purposes, not financial advice. Stay till the end for this week's weekly giveaway. Basically, let's break down this total market cap. I spent about 6 hours this weekend breaking this down for you, and I already have the levels mapped out. So I just want to show you on the monthly level right now. Currently we have this horizontal line. What does this horizontal line really represent? As you can see, we wicked, broke through and came back down. So same thing, pushed up, came back down, created a level of support, clear level of support off this base, came back down, pushed up. So we have some main monthly closures right here, and as you can see, for the next 2 months we didn't break it. We finally broke. What did we do last month? We rejected, and at the beginning of this month, this is the first week, and we already rejected. We're now currently below, so we pushed up a little bit. So I want to bring this back to the weekly now. Let me full screen this beautiful chart that I have for you guys. So as you know, from basically the past few weeks of what we've been tracking, we got the confirmation with this trend line right here. I'll make it a little thicker just so you can see. You might be thinking this is kind of weird how I have it placed, but wick to wick, what happened? 1, 2, 3, tapping, kept holding. We finally broke it, and when a trend line breaks, you want to cut it through the body, through the wick, the second point at which it broke from, and we pinpoint struck it. And at that same time, we also, from last week, we had a 1, 2, 3, X marked the spot, and we did a little tap. I don't think I have that exact zone anymore on any of these charts. Maybe I do. I think this was it. Yes, this was it. We had it marked out from last week. So let's just continue breaking down the structure. We've been honestly getting a lot of these movements. Seriously, we've been getting every single week. We've been getting the movements exactly to where our zones are. So we're doing pretty good in tracking where the market is headed to go. And as you know, we already know where the market is going to go. So then now we have the longer term from the actual bottom. Same thing, it broke. We're waiting for the second rejection. Let me just make sure I'm correct. 1, 2, 3. Technically broke. And we're waiting for the rejection. Push this up. We got 1, but let's see. Yep. Push back up, came back down. Yeah, so like a little extra push, as in an extra nudge, would place us back to the 2.365 area, and 2.365 would bring Bitcoin a lot higher. Let's bring this back to the weekly. It's my main Bitcoin chart for this week. I want to full screen this. So basically, Bitcoin's still playing a lot higher in a sense. It's as in where the price action is, it's a lot higher compared to the total market cap. So Bitcoin's playing ahead. And if the total market cap honestly gets an extra push, 1, 2, 3, just shows us how we can get to this 2.31 area. And along with that, we have the A, B, C, the 61.8, and we also have the 78.6 mapped out from the overall to the new low, and that would hit the top of the zone, because of course we know that the market loves to work in threes. 1, 2, 3, 0.3, so obvious to people as it comes up, so people would enter short here. So then we always want to factor in the shorters getting liquidated with their stop losses. That's why we have this first trend line, and then we also have a 61.8, and if we push up further, we have the most outer trend line. Not the most outer, but almost most outer. Most outer would be over here, but I like this second point, third trend line. So you can see manipulated through to wipe out shorters. And if we get the same thing again, we could hit all this. A lot of correlations here, but our first points in which you would take a short is off this rejection, I would say. 3.26, then you want to correlate it with Bitcoin. In a sense, if that hits, Bitcoin might push up a lot further to like 69,000. But we have the same type of thing. I have the 2 purple zones to represent the short-term pushes and wick fishes. Same thing for the downside. I think I have things. No, I do not. Okay. So these downside targets, these 3 downside targets, I'll show you right now how I have them. I don't need this on my chart. Even though I like to have these things, but it's alright. Just for this video. So from 1, 2, what did we do? Pushed up, rejected already, cut through the body, rejected. Was this on a fucking weekly? Here it is. Here's the trend line. Here it is. So from wick to wick, we never rejected. Pinpoint would bring us down to 188. This would bring us below the psychological support level of 2.0, and it would also bring us into this quote unquote invincible line. But if we come into this area, honestly at this point it really should break, but you never know with the market nowadays because the market has been playing a lot of tricks. So as you know, when things break, like I keep telling you, you want to push that through the body. So now that we push it through this candle body, we get the bottom of the zone, which is 1.885. If this doesn't hold, and I really wouldn't go long here, only because there's so much liquidity right here and here, and there's so much longs in a sense, and longs here, that I suspect the market wants to take them out completely and drive in some fear. So if that does hold and we get another short-term bounce, that bounce should potentially go, that would break this trend line, because people would go long here, this trend line would break, push this up. It's not the cleanest of trend lines because it's going through so many bodies and whatnot. So then this week if we broke, next week we could push back up, a little forward thinking, bring this down to this area, A, B, C. Not even if we just cut it through right here, hit the 61.8, and then we could continue lower. Let's delete this, let's delete that. And then of course we come through the actual first wick, come down, pinpoint 1.78 and 1.78 level. The way I do my levels is I also do support resistance. As you can see, it also lines up. What did we do? We first drove up in the bull run, pinpoint hit this level, and then it caused a sudden reaction. That's also how I base my levels off of, from trend lines to Fibonacci's. And I also like to combine price action. Like with this zone, how did I place it? What did we do? We blasted up, hit this area, and it caused a major sell-off. So I always want to have my zones within those areas of major sell-offs and major points where the market has shifted and turned. Okay, just sorry. Boom, boom, boom. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. So basically the market is really flowing. We're really flowing with the market right now. Boom, boom, boom. That would lead us to 177. Cut this through the body. And it leads us to 1.685. Then 1.685. It's just a beautiful level. So those are the short-term downside targets in which we can get a rejection based off of those trend lines. This way you have 1, 2, and 3. Just for the total market cap in a sense. Let's see this. Then to correlate. Ooh. Right? To correlate with this major push. I like this a lot. From this high to the most recent low. What did we do last week? The past 2 weeks, yeah. We pushed up, rejected the main trend line, closed here right at the 61.8. We opened up, pushed again, tapped it, and did a major sell-off. Boom, boom, boom. So now the 61.8 is currently holding, which is beautiful. And then we have a 1, 2, 3. That's why we have the horizontal lines. The horizontal lines always correlates our 1, 2, 3s. And as you know, third trend line manipulation. So that's also why potentially going long here at this 1.89 region is beautiful, because you already are factoring the third trend line manipulation. But mind you, this is a high risk area because people take this area as a support wall that's never going to break. And whenever retail thinks that way, it's more than likely going to break. Did I have this trend line already shown? Yes, I did. Beautiful. Even if we get another rejection, that'd be beautiful. Send this thing fucking down. Excuse my language. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Most recent high, A, B, C, D. So what are we doing? From the most recent high to the low, we hit the frickin' 78.6, and we have not hit this first target, which would be 1.491. Personally, if we do come into this region, I'll have the trend lines mapped out. So then yes, this is a region where you can look for 1.47 at least, which is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, sorry. If that breaks, really my key areas are right here, and I'll show you why. Where is it? Here it is. So this one is kind of messy. Technically speaking, we do have trend lines that have never been rejected, but that is okay. The reason why I say it's okay is because, let me show you. On a monthly time frame, what did we do? We're in this range for so long. What did we do? We had a major closure in August, broke down. We rejected last month. If we get another rejection this month, that'd be beautiful. That's what we're expecting. And then same thing here. What did we do? We closed below, pushed back up, closed it, we held it, we pushed up. We'll see how this closes. It's just another confirmation. And the fact that I kind of want to see this region filled a tad bit, just to fill this monthly wick slightly, and that would bring in a lot more euphoria. But to go along with that, let's bring back the line chart. Let's go to the weekly time frame. As you can see, the line chart shows the closures, and we're just constantly moving from made a high, then we made a low, then we made a lower high, now lower low, lower high again, lower low, and lower high. So just because the markets in a sense is to other people, we took out this, but overall this is still another low. We just took out some shorters, bringing in a lot more greed into the market, and that's what we need to make the market come back down to these areas. This chart has not been cleaned up, but this chart is more or less simplified into these areas. More or less, we're really looking at 1.356 personally, but of course this region could hold for a short-term bounce, because as you can see, now that this trend line broke, we go off the main. This is the third trend line. Oh shit, I really don't even have that out. 1.831, and that wouldn't take out this low, so I would still be looking further to at least here to take out this low and whatnot, because all this is just telling where the sellers are pushing the market down, and then they're buying back up to bring back in the greed, so then we can finally get the full swing back down to this region. It's like a game of tug of war, but you want to bait the people that do not understand the markets into buying at the wrong places. Okay, boom, boom, boom. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. This also correlates with extra push. Wonderful. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. All right. Okay, for Bitcoin, what do we have? We have a 1, 2, 3, third trend line. As you can see, we have a lot of trend lines. I know you could tell I like having trend lines. Trend lines is so basic and so easy to understand. The more correlations that you have, the easier it is, and it builds up the confluences of the probabilities. So we have a lot of correlations right here, along with Fibonacci's if it's the first time you guys are watching me, more than likely. Boom, boom, boom. A, B, C, kind of broke above, but that's okay because we're back below. We tapped it, rejected, pinpoint, and we could still be coming to this region. In factoring manipulation, it's only what, $4,000 to the bottom of the zone, $2,000 or so. Same thing with this one. I already have this up now. Go to this. A, B, C, perfectly holding the 78.6. So if we get this movement down to this region, 44,000 region, that would be beautiful, and we could still have a short-term bounce. along with that, and the 44,000 region would break this trend line, in which a lot of people have on their charts. Let's see this. This trend line would also be broken if we come down to 54,000. And of course, factoring a spike if this wants to hold again and we're just still within this overall range, because we've been in this range for now 8 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you don't count this, it is 8 months in this stupid range, in this square of just ranging and chopping, of no actual movement. And people think this is accumulation. I think differently. Everyone's open for their own opinions. Okay, so the same thing. What do? We always want to build out the structure of our charting, of our charts. 1, 2, 3 brings us down to 57,000 this week, and of course factoring in the extra pushes through this trend line that broke, pinpoint 56,000, push it through, same thing. Got the second zone, same thing again. 1, 2, 3. 53,683, and then pushes through again, brings us down to 51,000 potentially. Then for the upper part, we didn't get the third drive on one high, second high, so that's also why I want this to kind of get taken out and get the push, just to bring in, this would really bring in a true euphoric drive, even though this really did do it. If we push up to here, as you can see, we have lots of wicks in this area and lots of in this region, pinpoint, and it's pretty much pinpoint again would match. So this is a area where we could really reverse from, and I know that we have that 78 is holding now. We also have, what is this, ABCD at 68,000. What is this 67,000. So we also have, yeah, pinpoint, a 78.6 to battle against, and that would bring us down to 43. Yeah, things are really looking beautiful, and this still has not been fulfilled. Same thing, a lot of regions, a lot of correlations, looking beautiful. Okay, for the full breakdown of the actual targets in which we are looking for, you have to watch the last week's and the week priors. It's very imperative that you do, because going over this each and every single week, where I'm doing over 6 hours a week of charting and breaking down the markets to then re-explain it. Okay, so for Ethereum, let's just continue based off what we were doing. 1, 2, 3, we got the rejection, and then we got the push down. So this is an evening star. What happens at evening stars, we want it to come back to the base. So we're expecting Ethereum to at least push back up, even though we were holding ABCD, hit the 78. Overall targets is this region, and we have this major trend line, as you can see. It's outstanding, and the psychological number, $2,000, should be broken. Beautiful. And even though honestly this might be enough, this push, because across the board we are getting this slight push, and it's like a doji. The market has a lot of indecision right now, and what did we do? We took out this high, but we still closed below, so this is overall bearish. It's looking beautiful, but this is just chopping. Next week, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! Wow, I had that marked out, and we came and hit it pinpoint 64,000. I don't know what chart I had that on. I know I had that marked out. Weird. Maybe on this chart. I think I deleted it. Oh, I did have it marked out, but this is on the 4 hour. On the daily, that's what happened. Yeah, I had it marked out, because then it got readjusted because of the 4 hour candle. So then, yeah, third trend line, all depends on how you draw it. Beautiful stuff. Ethereum, same thing, lack of movement, really and truly. Ethereum really should be up here if you're basing it off of the rest of the market, but it's, in my opinion, it is playing ahead of where the rest of the market is. Like Bitcoin right now is still up here, it's technically doing this move, Same with the total market cap, but Ethereum already completed the move. And Ethereum from top through potentially 1600 this week with the 1 2 3. That's beautiful. But do I think that's gonna happen? Probably not this week. I don't know. Okay, XRP. So the reason why we had this crazy trend line is because 1 2 open, close, broke, cut it through. This month 35 250, and this low should be taken out. Have a lot of liquidity right here. 1 2 3, push down 33. We really want this low to be broken because XRP, it just looks like it's a 2-year, almost 3-year run of this bullish trend line, this triangle that everyone's drawing. We're never going down. Same old nonsense. And then this is beautiful. Just ignore this one for now. So from point 1 to 2, of course, this was the original. Point 2. What did we do? We broke, tapped. We have been rejecting. And then since the fact that we broke it, you push it through, like I said, we could always get another push up to 72 cents to 73. And to coincide with that, I know that we have the new Fibonacci at 73 to coincide with this beauty. But the only reason why I would be targeting this area is because I kind of want to see this and this to be taken out, because I know that there's a lot of liquidity there. Like most of the retail are buying whenever it comes to this point, but you kind of want to have these filled a little bit more, and this is what I'm saying. And same thing, we also have that 83 cent region, 82, so I matched it up with there. Beautiful. Came down, tap tap tap. Then for the extra spikes, we have those. Let me show you how I got that. Let me see and figure this out. Did I see the trend line? No. Let me see what I see. Same downside targets. We just moving it down week by week. Velo, the baby, we're monitoring. Still expecting it to come down. This week would be 0.05. It's getting bearish, which is beautiful. Top to bottom, ABC just missed a 78.6, and this target would be this minus 27, which would break this main trend line. Beautiful. But let's see how it's moving. It's currently finding support at, let's see, tap, currently breaking. So that's why this region's holding. Makes sense. But expecting this to break. Checked out the last weeks and the week before. We did all of the charts from the 12-month all the way down. So it's very imperative that you watch it.